summer in the village of Berkova. The ruins of Serb houses destroyed in the war. Ugly reminders of what went wrong here not so long ago. But next to them, new houses for the Serbs who are trickling back. The Kosovan government has helped build them. It says it's committed to a multi-ethnic society where Serbs are welcome.
They
have a guaranteed right to come back to their homes and properties. As Kosovo's Prime Minister, I have visited these returnees and have encouraged them so that others may return, and I have guaranteed them financial support. I am personally involved in this matter, and I believe this is important for the new European Kosovo.
Božidar Jeremic is one of the most recent Serb arrivals. He'd fled from the village back in '99 when Albanians destroyed his house. Now working on a new one, but still afraid to bring his family back. Many Serb returnees say they're isolated, with no jobs, transport or schools for children.
Mostly the returnees are older people who are coming here in their houses without job, without anything to do, without any sustainable material support. So, of course, I think that the return process has failed till now. There are no young people coming back, there are no children, so I don't see a future for returnees.
But there is now a growing Serb community in Berkovo. And in June, Savo and his family filmed this ceremony. They call this day Spasovdan, marking the ascension of Christ in the Orthodox calendar. By tradition, the Serbs gather at the site of a ruined Orthodox church, just as they did before the war. The picnic goes on all day. There's plenty of drink and old folk songs of courtship and love. A day that bonded them together and strengthened their feeling that Berkovo is where they belong. In July, news from Belgrade resonated across Europe. The Bosnian Serb leader and war crimes suspect Radovan Karadzic was caught after years in hiding. This is how he'd disguised himself. There were protests against his arrest, but they were contained. Maybe this was the final angry spasm of Serbian nationalism. Late summer in Berkovo, and time to catch up with our Albanian family. It's the end of Ramadan, and although Luj and his wife Prene are Catholic, they always spend this day visiting Muslim friends. They go to see Ahmed Gashi and his family at the other end of the village. Good friends for whom a shared Albanian identity is more important than any religious difference. But what about the war with the Orthodox Serbs? Wasn't that about faith?
No. There is no such thing as religious hatred in Kosovo between Christians and Muslims. It has never existed, and it doesn't exist now.
But many mosques and churches were destroyed in fighting between Albanians and Serbs.
Well, these were acts of violence by people who did not know what they were doing in times of war. Maybe they were drunk. Somebody who is a good person would not do such a thing. They attacked churches and mosques as if they were cows. War takes everything in its way.
By the end of September, Savo has reason to be satisfied. The first crop of peppers since the Serbs returned is a good one. And he's been lent a car by a nearby Serbian monastery. giving him the freedom to drive across Kosovo if he feels safe doing so. Today he's going to the nearby town of Klina, where Serbs have been attacked by Albanians even since the war.
So far we've had no problems whatsoever, neither with people nor with the police. Everything is normal. However, we do have Kosovo license plates, which helps. As far as I'm concerned, we could drive all the way to Pristina if you want to. Anywhere in Kosovo.
Shopping in Klina, Savo is treated politely by Albanians. But some Serbs say they're worried about their safety in this town, and they dare not go to bars. In Berkova, Savo filmed this delivery of free grain from the Serbian government. It shows how Belgrade tries to keep the loyalty of Serbs who live in Kosovo. Giving them aid, the Serbian government undermines Kosovo's independence. But in any case, the Serbs in Kosovo retain a strong sense of their identity. Savo also filmed this visit to the Patriarchate of Peć, one of the most holy sites of the Serbian Orthodox Church. This woman carries a banner that says, "Only unity can save the Serbs." By mid-November, it's Kosovo's Albanians who are marching in anger, on the very same Pristina streets where they'd celebrated 9 months before. They reject a plan from the UN Secretary-General, Ban Ki-moon, which will allow Serbia to retain power over parts of Kosovo.
We are demonstrating for sovereignty of Kosovo against partition of Kosovo, which can be created through the 6-point plan of Ban Ki-moon. Therefore, we consider that people of Kosovo are those who should raise their voices, as they are doing today, also in the future, not to allow Serbia to decide for Kosovo, but only the people can decide for Kosovo.
But there's a deeper frustration here, that independence has not changed their lives in the way they'd hoped, that Kosovo's government has let them down.
There have been changes. We are now independent with the constitution. We are making new laws to European standards. Donors have promised us 1.2 billion euros. That's why people today are more optimistic and hopeful about the future. Certainly there will be difficulties, but we will make progress.
But like so many Kosovan Albanians, Luj and his son do not yet see that progress. By the end of the year, things are going badly at the pig farm. Donors have pulled out. Luj doubts it can survive. Back home, he looks after his own livestock and wonders how to find paid work. Optimism has turned so quickly to disillusionment.
There's so much corruption you can't even imagine. The top officials are taking everything for themselves, opening up businesses like restaurants and petrol stations, and we've been abandoned.
And for the first time, I sensed resentment from this family towards the Serbs in the village.
I can't blame the Serbs. They have nothing to do with this. We mind our own business. But the truth is that they have been helped more than we have. They robbed us. They killed us. They burned our homes. And now they've come back and the authorities have built them new homes. They lived comfortably in the past. And now we are left helpless. No one comes to help us.
Not that the Serbs of Berkova are finding life easy. Many still depend on social security and help from their neighbours. But there's also a determination to stay on in Kosovo.
I don't know. It means a lot to me. It means that it's ours and nobody else's. My grandfather and my great-grandfather were born here. This land has been ours for 200 years, and nobody can take that away, just like that.
Kako to jednostavno otuđiti preko noći.
This is the last bit of home video Savo sent us. It shows his neighbours gathered in his living room. It's hard to know if there is a future for this Serb community. And here's the last film we received from Luj and the Albanian family, enjoying their time together, and for one night at least, forgetting their frustrations.
As the year draws to a close, we can see that neither the great hopes of Kosovan Albanians nor the great fears of Kosovan Serbs were really justified. At least here in Berkovo, the declaration of independence came and went, and life carried on pretty much as before. In fact, perhaps what is most striking is how much in common Albanians and Serbs here have. They both mistrust politicians in distant cities. They're both frustrated at slow economic development and corruption. And perhaps above all, they share a common desire to carry on living here peacefully on the land they consider their home.
Throughout the year in Berkovo, we saw that Serbs and Albanians avoided confrontation. But we also saw they lived largely separate lives. With their own religions, customs and languages. Two worlds in one little village. And that's unlikely to change for many years.